Yo, what's going on, guys? So I'm here now. Today we're checking out how much gold I made this previous week on different sales. Now I have 3 different characters that I sell stuff on. My main, where I sell fish and meat and flasks and potions, pretty much everything that has to do with alchemy and cooking and fishing. So you're gonna see a lot of those materials and those crafted items in this mailbox cleanout and on this character himself. Then my second character is where I make stuff with leatherworking, and I sell leather from skinning. So that's my skinning and leatherworking character that I just send everything to, and I sell over there. So I make roughly, on this cleanout right here, I made 280k gold. Now you can see I sell a lot of meaty haunch because I have tons of these in my mailbox, in my bank and in my bags as well. I just have too many of them, so I try to sell them for a cheap price, now 10 gold each, 20 gold each, depending on when I sell them. There should be some more expensive ones towards the end. I also sell a lot of fish because people buy them to make the feast themselves. Because apparently people don't want to buy the feast, they want to make them themselves, which I don't know why, because the price of the materials on my server are more expensive than the feast themselves. So if you just buy the feast that are already made, you will actually save gold on my server, which is ridiculous. You can also see me sell some flasks there towards the end. That was supposed to be on the second mail cleanout, but yeah, on that cleanout right there I made 280k gold roughly. Now I'm trying to do some maths, and you can just check out how much gold I had at the beginning and how much I have now, but it should be roughly 280k gold. And then on the second mailbox cleanout you can see I sell a ton of flasks. There's flasks of the Undertow, there's flasks of Endless Fathoms, there's some agility flasks as well. It's a ton of flasks. So on the third mail cleanout you will see a lot of potions as well. So I tried to farm some herbs and, well, make flasks and potions because Mythic Raids came out last week. So I made 200k gold on this mailbox cleanout as well. And then we can go over to the third mailbox cleanout, which just requires a reload of my screen to load in the mailbox. Now on that cleanout you can see there's a ton of meat once again, because this was sold towards the beginning of Wednesday, like when the Mythic Raids came out. So once again there's a ton of flasks in there, there's some battle potions. I also sold 2 stacks of midnight salmons. There's 1 stack of 100 ones and 1 stack of 91. Now I sold them for roughly 350 gold each, I believe. There should be like 30k gold from the midnight salmon. The 100 stack one, that's after the auction house cut. And there's also tons of battle potions, but they were kinda cheap. But then again, they don't require any anchor weeds, so you just have to farm the herbs and you can make them. Now you can see the meaty haunch, I sell them for 2.8k, or well, I sold them for 3k probably. And this is after the auction house cut. I get 2,860 gold per stack of meaty haunch, which is pretty good. I think that's roughly 15 gold each for the meaty haunch. And I have thousands of them. I have like 40,000 meaty haunch. I've sold a couple now though, so probably quite less, like probably 10,000, I'm not sure. I've sold a ton though, and I need to sell even more, so yeah. I made roughly, let's just check how much I made on this cleanout. I made roughly 360k gold on this cleanout. So on my first character alone, I made 280k gold from the first cleanout, then 200k from the second one, and 360k from the third one. And then we just have one final cleanout towards the end where I made 8k gold, which was just 1 mail. So we can go over to my second character now. Now first of all, just ignore my messy bags, because I've just put up some auctions, and in case they don't sell, I just want them to go back in their exact spot where I used to have them. So you can see I sell a ton of crafted leatherworking items that are 300 to 310 item level. And those require nothing from me. All I need to do is have the expulsum, because the materials to craft them are less than 20 gold, like maybe 40 gold combined, and I can sell them for 800 gold. And if they proc, I sell them for even more. You can see my second mail cleanout I make roughly 4.5k gold only by selling coarse leather. But on my first mailbox cleanout I made 120k gold, so on this character I made 125k gold. And the thing is, I didn't farm a single second on this character, because all I need to do is have the expulsum, which I already had from before, because I do a ton of BOE farms, and when I do those BOE farms I get tons of greens, and I send those greens to this character, I scrap them, get some expulsum, and also sell the materials I get from scrapping, so there's a ton of gold right there. We're going to go over to my third character. I'm going to talk a bit about this character as well at the same time. So on my third character you will see a ton of BOEs. Now you also see I have a ton of tide spray linen in my bags, but those are just from the recent BOE farms that I just did and uploaded a video about in Voldoon. I've farmed that one quite a bit now this weekend and yesterday as well, and I made all of these linen, and I have the same amount in my bank as well. I'm going to try to sell them in 2 sessions. I'm going to put all of these on the auction house, and if they all sell, I'm going to take the ones from the bank and sell those as well, which should net be roughly 500,000 gold from tide spray linen alone, because I sell for 25 to 30 gold each on my server. Now you can see I have a ton of leatherworking items on this character as well, because what I did to begin with was I made leatherworking items on the character you just saw me on, my hunter with leatherworking, and I sent them to this guy to then put him in the auction house. But then my bags filled up too much, so essentially I had 2 characters doing leatherworking, but now those items don't really have a high sell rate anymore because of, well, anything like warfronts and so on. It's easy to gear up right now, so not that many buy gear, but I can still sell roughly 10 pieces of 300 item level gear per day, so it's still good, but I don't need to have 2 characters for it, so I'm just going to use my hunter for that from now on. But on my first mailbox cleanout on this character, you could see me make 406k gold, because I'm selling tons of BOEs. I had 2 BOEs in there. I made roughly 350k gold from BOEs alone, and then the other stuff was just from leatherworking and selling enchanting materials. Now my second mailbox cleanout I made 36k gold on, which was roughly, it was mostly enchanting, some umbra shards and some whaled crystals, and those I just got from doing some mythics on my warrior. I just did the 4 mythics to get the weekly quest done, and I got some gear and I just disenchanted it and sent it to this guy to sell them to make some gold. Now you can also see right here I have some BOEs on the auction house and a mount as well, so if I sell this, this could be the next week's profit, which should be roughly 1,000,000 gold as well if I can actually sell this, but I might have to turn down the price a bit because nobody's buying them. I did manage to sell 2 BOEs though, which you saw me do in the 3rd mailbox cleanout on this character. So this week I sold a lot of flasks, a lot of potions, a lot of meat, 1 stack of feasts as well, which I sold for roughly 35k gold if I remember correctly. I also sold a ton, like an actual ton of leatherworking gear, and I actually made some of them proc 310, they have like 10% proc chance, and I actually sold those for anywhere from 5k to 15k each, which is insane for those leatherworking items. I don't know why anyone is even buying them anymore, because they're only 310. And it's really easy to get over 310 right now. You can do world bosses in the warfronts, which gives you heroic gear, aka 370, or you can do the world boss, which could be in Suldasar, Suldasar, Sandalari Island, or Kultiras. There's one world boss where you can get 350 as well, and you can pay 1,000 gold or 2,000 gold to get a bonus roll and get some gear that way, or you can do the actual warfront scenario and get a guaranteed piece of 340. But now I believe they raised the item level cap for that to 320, so you have to have some gear to actually enter. But it's very easy to gear up, so I don't know why people are buying them, but I'm not complaining, because I'm the one making gold from this, so I'm kinda enjoying it. By doing this on my leatherworking, I make roughly 2k gold per expulsum, which I think is really good. And I get those expulsum from farming BOEs and sending the greens to this character, so it's all kinda like automatic farming anyway. Because I'm farming for BOEs and mounts, so it's very easy for me to make that kind of gold. But I think that's going to be it for this video. I made 1,415k in total, so 1,415k gold, which is almost 1.5 mil, which is really good because I thought this week was going to be a slow week, because I haven't really farmed that much before this weekend. But then on Friday, I believe it was, that I discovered this farm in Voldoon, and I was just kind of in a farming mood and didn't have anything better to do. So I was on Twitch watching Method stream progress, and I just farmed this meanwhile, and I managed to get quite a few epics. On Friday I got nothing, on Saturday I got 6 epics, and on Sunday I got 2 epics, and on Monday I got nothing again, so it's kind of like up and down. Sometimes I can farm for 6 hours and get nothing, and then on Saturday I farmed for 10 hours and got 6 epics, so it's all relative, all RNG based. I made a ton of gold though, I'm happy, and like I said, I thought it was going to be a slow week, but then again, those potions and the feasts and the flasks and everything, they kind of saved me because I made a ton of gold on that alone, so I'm happy. I'm going to look forward to the next week though. I'm hoping I'm going to sell those epics that I had on my bank character. But if you want to see me farm gold live, I do that on Twitch as well, so you can check me out on Twitch if you want to. There is a link to that in the description, and if you have any questions that you don't want to ask in the comments, you can join my Discord server, which is also linked in the description. And if you don't want to ask the questions to everyone, you can just ask me personally on Discord by joining my server and finding me on the right side. The server owner, just message me any questions you have about gold making or World of Warcraft or anything really. You can just ask me on Discord, I'm always online. But if you want to join my Discord and join the community, then go ahead. I hope you enjoyed this video though. If you did, then leave a like, leave a subscribe, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Peace out.